She tells me that this affair was a mistake that she needed to make to be certain that she wanted to be with me, and she's happier with me than ever. Welcome back to They Did What, your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, gonna go over a story titled, Wife Says Cheating Showed Her She Is Happy with Our Marriage. And guys, this story is about a guy. He is definitely young. I'm gonna guess probably at best mid-20s, as well as his wife. And long story short, the wife was up to no good while they were apart for a year because he had to be in one part of the world for his job. And she had to be part of the year for her finishing up her master's degree and all that. And then she got a job. Long distance relationship. And just like a lot of these stories, he started noticing suspicious behavior. I'm not going to say what, but you'll see. And lo and behold, she's hooking up with another dude. In particular, her boss. Talk about a stereotype there. And this guy catches her. And in these typical stories, it's amazing to me the BS excuses that are always made for these actions. And not to mention the gaslighting. And in this particular one, you're going to see in the story, she literally uses her cheating as an example to say, this showed me just how much I love you. I love our marriage. So actually my cheating was a good thing. Justifying the cheating. And it's just, I do these things just to show guys out there the type of crap that can happen. So hopefully, if they find themselves in a similar situation, they don't act like some of the guys in these stories, or they know how to handle it. Because the more you hear these stories, the more better prepared you are. Now, I could have done this video on my other channel, but I thought it'd be a good one to do here as well, just because it's a little absurd what she does about this and what she says. But I don't want to reel any more than I have to, so I'm going to go through this right now. It says here, he says, "Hi all, this is my first time posting, but I'm torn on what I should do. My wife and I were living in France. We're both foreigners from different countries, but I was transferred to another EU country for my work, and we spent 1 year apart. Due to COVID restrictions, we weren't able to see each other more than a weekend each month." So long distance, huh? But the fact that they're seeing each other, it says we weren't able to see each other more than a weekend each month. But they still saw each other. It wasn't like they didn't see each other for a whole year. During this time, she was finishing her master's degree and working an internship. Before our summer holiday, she stopped texting me and would only talk once in a while and would often say she felt she didn't deserve me. Pay attention to people's actions. She talks to you all the time and suddenly it drops substantially. Something's going on. And the whole "I don't deserve you" thing, I've been told shit like that when I was younger. Or things along those lines, and that usually things weren't very good, and things were going to end up bad real quick. Once we got to our vacation spot, I noticed she was texting quite often. She fell asleep early one day, and I checked her phone. I found months of texts between her and her, wait for it, boss, who's 12 years older than her, talking about how much they love each other and how much they miss each other. Talk about his whole world blowing up. So he was right when she was suddenly not texting as much all the time. And I'm sure her texts, when they did talk, was very small messages and things like that. And she's on the phone all the time. Red flags. It says here, one text from her was thanking her boss for making time for a quick call when I was showering so she could tell him and she missed it. I confronted her on this and she said they were really close friends, but she agreed it was inappropriate and that it would stop. I saw that she continued sending him vacation photos for the rest of the trip. So he catches her, has proof, and says pretty much that they're just really close. They're saying "I love yous" and missing you and texting all the time. That shouldn't be happening. Okay? Once a gal says "I do," and a guy says "I do," he shouldn't be hanging around other women, talking to other women, being buddies with other women. I mean, yeah, you have your coworkers and acquaintances, but you get my point. He shouldn't be doing that, and neither should she. So right then and there, it's over. The problem is, this guy probably so shocked by this, doesn't know what to do, and he's young and sadly weak, that they're still together at this point. But he caught her. All the proof right there. They're young. End it. Walk away. And she kept sending him pictures, vacation photos on the rest of the trip. He had proof. Smack. Sunday morning, I'm a little tired, so the smacks haven't come as quick as they normally do. After the holiday, we were apart again, and she continued to be distant. Gee, I wonder why. Soon after, though, she was able to move in with me, and we were in the same country once again. Since she moved here, I found more texts from the month after the holiday where they call each other mon amour. Said they loved each other and talked about meeting at his apartment to stay together. Divorce her, dude. You got freaking proof. She's a liar. She's a cheater. I mean, how much pain do these guys got to go through here? Somebody said the other day I ought to start a third channel just doing simp stories and making fun of them and roasting them. It's not a bad idea because there's a lot of success stories and good ones out there. There's a lot of SIMP stories as well. When confronted this time, she admitted to the affair. She said it happened for about 4 to 5 months leading to the holiday, but the physical part of the affair ended after she saw me on our trip. Oh, well, that makes everything better then. She tells me that this affair was a mistake and that she needed to make to be certain that she wanted to be with me, and she's happier with me than ever. What a load of crap. In other words, it's a good thing that I cheated because that made me realize just how much I love you, and now I'm ready to be with you and to be the wonderful, loving, adoring wife forever. Want to take me back? No. She also said that the affair wasn't for fun. She felt more connected to her boss than anyone else she has ever met, and that she did it for love. To me, this is worse than if it was just for boredom or loneliness. Yeah. They married, and he thought because they were so connected in love, find out, well, I've never been so connected to anybody in my life. Not you, but my boss. Oh, gee, thanks. She has agreed to never speak to him again and has told me that if we split up, she wouldn't consider going back to him. Bullshit. I'm willing to bet you probably the boss doesn't want anything to do with her at this point. That's why she's now back with him. She gave me many reasons why she wasn't happy, which boiled down to having a personal crisis about finishing university, moving countries, and spending time with her younger schoolmates that are all single and talk about their free lifestyle. Guess what? Everybody can go through tough times. Even a midlife crisis or a quarter-life crisis, whatever you want to call it. And yes, there are quarter-life crises. But it doesn't mean they go betray someone who they claim they love and love enough to marry and cheat on them and all that. All right? You can go through some hard times. Talk to people that love you about that. Don't betray good people. She asked me how long I would be sleeping on the couch, and I told her bluntly that it would last until I know I wanted divorced. Why is he sleeping on the couch? Why isn't she sleep? Or how about this? Why isn't she out of there? There's an idea. He's been letting her off on all this bad behavior, which only makes a gal respect the guy less. The second he had evidence on that vacation of her cheating, and he just let that slide, her respect, as if she didn't have much to begin with, took a nosedive. Women don't respect guys that are weak, and women don't love guys they don't respect. You should kick her ass to the curb right now. Should have done a while ago, but especially now. This caused her to have a bit of a breakdown, and I feel like she's honestly scared that I will leave. I'm just wondering, am I stupid for considering to work through this? Yes, you are stupid to consider working through this because she's proved repeatedly she's a liar, she's a cheater, and gaslighter, saying my cheating was a good thing to make me realize how much I love you. This is bullshit. And I guarantee you that the next time things get difficult in her life, or she's hanging around people that are single, because that's how she mentioned here, she'll do the same thing. End it. Talk to a lawyer. I don't know how things work in other countries, but talk to a lawyer, find out your options, and cut ties. End of story. And if the guy takes a hit for a while, fine. Better than being with someone like this. But this guy also needs some soul searching, some self-improvement, and to make sure he doesn't make these mistakes again. But the narrative is these guys are too nice to the girls. They think they're sugar and spice and everything nice. Put them on the pedestal, and look what happens to them. And of course, they never check the girls. He says, is cheating during a personal mental breakdown more excusable? Can she be trusted not to do this again? No. Prior to this, I was never concerned. She's 27, and I was only her second partner, and she was always content being alone and focusing on work and school. Well, clearly she wasn't content alone focusing on work and school. What do you define work? You obviously have a different definition of work than she does. So no, this guy needs to end the story just like I said a few minutes ago. And how many stories have I covered like this, and they give the wife a second chance, and it happens again? They give her another chance. It happens again. She won't respect you. Cut your ties and move on. She is a liar, a cheater, and she deserves. And by the way, if she really cared, she really loved him so much, then she should be able to. This guy, I'd say to her, okay, you want to share how much you love me and prove it? Then you're going to file a complaint at your work about your boss. Or this guy can make a complaint to the employer about the boss, and she would stand by and back him up with this. And that guy would lose his job. Or how about this? Is that boss married? Does that boss have a girlfriend? She wants to show how much she cares. She can aid this guy in letting them know about what he's done. How about that? I don't hear anything about that, so what does that say? Now, a few comments here before I wrap this up. One guy says, you're basically saying that she had no remorse until you threatened to divorce her. What that means is that she doesn't think what she did was wrong, only that it might blow up the marriage. Want to see how much she's invested in you? Tell her she needs to tell her affair partner's wife, girlfriend, about the affair and apologize. There you go. She also needs to go to her company and complain about S-word harassment by her boss, in short, get him fired. The thing is, she's not going to do this because she doesn't want that to happen. This guy has every right to do that. When you see her begging you not to force her to do that, not only to ruin the affair partner's career and relationship, you'll understand where her loyalty lies. That's a very good idea. That's what I was thinking. Another guy says here, so she experienced true love and was with the man of her life. And what did you get? Frustration and pain. You are number 2, option B, a symbol of stable state, material, well-being, status. You are a thing. Man, wake up. If you still at least have a drop of self-respect and at least some pride, leave immediately. Never become number 2. Never pick up leftover from someone else's table. Never use secondhand. How can you even be around this betrayer and liar without vomiting? For the sake of yourself and the future, end this marriage. You can't have children with her? No way. You will definitely encounter paternity fraud, new cheatings, and all the horrors of unfair divorce. Run, run, run. I'm sure this guy's going to read these comments. He may not see this video, but yes, absolutely. Run, run, run. Talk to a lawyer. Because you think she's ever going to stop? Hell no. Another guy says, everybody has breakdowns at some point during their relationships. It's not an excuse to cheat. If she was so unhappy, she could have just told you and left instead of going to somebody else. She'll continue to do this again and again. If not with her boss, then with somebody else. She can't be trusted. By the way, the comment section is flooded with people saying pretty much the same thing. I hope he listens. Another guy says here, she didn't come clean to you and confess. You discovered the affair. If you didn't discover it, she was going to continue the affair. Cut your losses and divorce her. You deserve better than a cheating wife. You deserve someone who will love and respect you. One more guy says, make sure to tell both your families fully what happened. Trust me, it will save you lots of headaches. I watched a surprising high number of men that got cheated on go through hell when the cheating wife paints them as someone else that they are not to hide their cheating. Yeah. I've done stories like this where the wife cheats, and before the guy has a chance to let anybody know, she's told all the friends, the family, all that, and they think of him they see him in a certain light when she's the one that ruined the whole thing. So a guy has to be careful. So guys, there you go. I know it gets a lot of you guys blood boiling when you hear stories about these guys that act this way, but they got to be shared. They got to be shared to show you what not to do. Okay, because I love, my favorite stories are doing, of course, stories where guys are wronged, go through hardships, and then they come out on top. And the one that does them wrong in these stories, the wife or the girlfriend, whatever, gets what's coming. Those are the best ones. And when the guy handles it like a boss. Problem is, a lot of guys don't handle things like bosses. They handle things, well, like bitches. And you got to see them going wrong to understand what not to do. And understand that right there, he let things slide. She continued on doing what she was doing. Women do not respect weakness, and they will never love a guy they don't respect. And notice the guys that they do give their hearts to are the ones that always check them, the guys that always put their needs first, right? That's who the women chase after. They chase that type of guy's validation, the guy that they never quite know what to expect with him, the guy they know that will toss him to the side of the road like in a heartbeat if they cross them. Women have to respect the guy to love him and to fully get their heart. It is what it is. But when you act weak and you kiss her butt and she treats you like crap and all these other things, expect a whole total shitstorm in varying degrees. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me just think about this. Also, guys, you come across a good story like to share, by all means, email to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give some time to get to it, and I will down the road. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.